Welcome back, beautiful human. My name is Anna. I thought maybe it was about time I would introduce myself. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you're new or you are a regular visitor, it would mean the world to me if you could subscribe to my channel. That really supports my work. Today I have a 30-minute after work yoga flow for you, but I think you can practice this also at any other time of the day, in the morning, or even on the weekends when you maybe don't work. This flow is great if you're looking to increase flexibility in your body, as today we are going to hold a few postures just for a couple more breaths instead of moving in the traditional vinyasa way, one breath, one movement. That really allows your body to settle into the pose, to allow your muscles to relax. So remember to focus on your breath as always. That's the core of the yoga practice. And for today's class, you might want to use a yoga block or maybe even two. You don't have to buy fancy equipment. You can use anything that resembles this shape, such as a book or maybe an old shoebox, whatever you have floating around. And when you're ready, let's hop on the mat and get started. All right, so let's get started in a cross-legged seat. Make it as comfortable as you want to. You can grab your yoga block or whatever you found that resembles that shape to place it underneath your sit bones so you can elevate your pelvis and find a little bit more length in your spine. Begin to roll out your shoulders and your head to find some space in your upper body. Anything that feels good right now. And then roll your shoulders down one more time. Find stillness here for a moment. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out, open mouth. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Last one, deep breath in through the nose, lift and exhale. Let go what you want to let go of. Bring hands towards your heart center. Take one more deep breath in, lift the crown of your head, and as you exhale, bow down, chin to chest. Lift your gaze again. And then let's begin to move from here. We will find some circles called Sufi grinds. So think about your torso being a spoon in a pot and you're beginning to stir that soup as you round your spine when you lean back, and then shift your chest forward as you come forward. You can go slow, fast, and then remember to change sides. Finding the first nice movements in your spine and your hips and your pelvis. And then gently come back to center. On your next inhale now, push your chest slightly forward as your hands are grabbing your knees. And when you exhale, you lean back, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, come up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, leaning back, chin to chest. Inhale to come forward. And exhale to round. And then inhale, dive up again, neutral spine. And then gently come out of this cross-legged seat, release the block from underneath your glutes. And then place the two blocks or whatever you found next to your yoga mats. And then bring your feet together. Gently open your knees a bit wider as you draw your glutes towards your heels. And then crawl your hands further forward to find wide-legged child's pose, Balasana. You can sway a bit from left to right. Any sort of movement that feels good right now. Feeling that length in your spine as the forehead releases further towards the mat. Come back to your breath. And then gently look forward between your hands as you roll up. Inhale. Drop your pubic bone, your pelvis. As you roll the shoulders back, lift your chest for this cobra variation. And then on your exhale, draw glutes back down towards your heels, forehead to the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, you roll up, drop your pelvis, roll the shoulders back, lift your gaze, and then exhale, find your way back, child's pose. Last one in your own breath. Inhale, come up, drop your pelvis, roll the shoulders back, and exhale all the way back down. Very nice. And from here, find your way up into a tabletop position. So bringing your knees right under your hips, and then flip your palms so your fingertips are pointing towards your knees. Inhale to find your cow. Exhale to find your cat, chin to chest, rounding the spine. Inhale to open your chest, rolling the shoulders back, and exhale to round. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, and then exhale to round, chin to chest. And then flip your palms again, fingertips pointing towards the front of your mat. And now keep your hips where they are, stacked over your knees as you walk your hands out. And with your next exhale, begin to drop your chest down. Maybe the forehead can touch the mat. To open your shoulders in Anahatasana, puppy pose. Really focus on your breath here. Tune into that sensation, what arises in your body right now. Maybe you feel an opening in your shoulders. Maybe you feel a bit more space in your back. And then if you want, you can bring your palms together and then draw your thumb towards the upper part of your spine, just behind your head. As you push your elbows a little bit more down into the mat to find maybe a slight stretch of your triceps. And then release that, gaze forward, and then bring your body, your pelvis, your hips all the way down towards the mat, back of the feet pushing into the mat, shoulders under your elbows as you lift your chest just slightly more forward for swings pose. Engage your glutes, engage the back of the feet, and think about somebody pulling you more forwards rather than back. For this back bend swings pose, we're going to transition into plank. So tuck your toes, bring your hands together, and just lift your belly, maybe lifting your knees, up to you. And then from this low plank, transition into high plank. So bringing your hands right under your shoulders. Again, maybe knees lifted, maybe not. To then finally find your way into your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe making the stance just slightly shorter or slightly wider, however you prefer your down dog, walking out the heels, shaking out the head, finding space and length, and then remember to focus on your breath in case you lost it here. And gently place the gaze forward, take a lot of small steps to arrive at the top of your mat. Open your feet just a little bit wider, and then begin to sway from left to right, maybe grabbing your opposite elbows for rag roll. Really focus on relaxing your head. Maybe you bent one knee more than the other. Swing with the arms from side to side, releasing tension from your upper back. And then bring the feet on hip width level again. Straighten your legs as you push your chest forward, half lift, and then exhale, bend your knees, full forward fold. Now bring your glutes just a little bit lower and then lift your torso, arms next to your ears for chair pose. Firing up those glutes and those quads. And then inhale, rise, straighten everything. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job. Okay, from here, let's keep moving. Inhale, arms reach up. Interlace your hands on your exhale, take a side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend, other side. Inhale, come towards your center, maybe leaning slightly back, and then exhale, bending your knees, hinge from the hips as you dive down, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale again, take a half lift, push your chest forward, and then exhale to fold. Then step your right foot back, and then drop your back knee. As your left knee stays over your left ankle, you can also relax the back foot. And now you might want to use your blocks, because we want to focus on straightening the back, rolling the shoulders back, releasing the hips down, gaze forward, and finding that almost straight line of your spine. From here, we begin to move. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead, shifting your hips slightly back. When you exhale, drop the hips again forward and open your arms into cactus, opening the chest. Inhale, hips point slightly back, arms overhead. Exhale, opening the arms, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening your heart. Inhale to rise. And then exhale, flow down again, opening your heart. Very nice. Then from here, come back down, hands under your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, shift your hips back. Draw your left toes towards you. Again, you can use your blocks to keep that spine in a straight level. And now think about, you want to make a sandwich with your belly towards your thigh. Peanut butter jelly, they want to go together. You can bend the knee as much as you want to and just breathe into that sensation that arises here. You're welcome to stay here if you want a bit of a twist. Literally, you're going to bring your left arm up and overhead, stacking your shoulders and seeing how that feels. Breathe. And then gently release, bringing the left foot forward again, hands under your shoulders, and then walk your left foot slightly out towards the side, so on the edge of the mat. Open slightly towards the side, and then your left hand is gently going to push your left knee away from you as you draw your left shoulder further back, and really focus on dropping your hips low here. Tune into those sensations. Maybe you wiggle a little bit back and forth. So every inhale takes you slightly back, and every exhale drops your hip further down. Again, you're welcome to stay here, just enjoy that sensation, or you roll your left hand back parallel towards the mat, and then maybe you can grab your back foot, finding a little bit of a quad stretch here, beautiful opening of your chest. And then from wherever you are, roll it back down. Walk your left foot back center line. Pick up your back knee. And then bring the back foot slightly more forwards. Again, in this slight 45-degree angle, use your blocks. Straighten your front leg and then fold down, pyramid pose. Inhale to find length. And exhale to fold. Inhale to find length. And exhale, belly to thigh. And then from here, hands down on your shoulders again. Back foot pivots further out. And then your left foot steps back into downward facing dog. Now from here, inhale, roll forward, drop your knees. Chest and chin, elbows close to the body, gaze forward. And then inhale, roll your pelvis down on the mat, roll your shoulders back to lift into a tiny cobra. And then exhale, forehead towards the mat. Inhale again, lift. You're lifting from your back, not from your hands. Exhale, back down. Inhale to lift. And exhale, forehead down on the mat, find length. And tuck your toes, find your way back, maybe first into child's pose. And then eventually back up into downward facing dog, sits bones high towards the sky. From here, bring your right foot forward. You can use your hand to step that foot between your hands. And drop your back knee, gaze forward. Deep breath in. And then on your next exhale, stepping the left foot forward to find your forward fold again, Uttanasana. Inhale for your half lift, straighten your back, straighten your legs. And then exhale to fold, bending the knees, forehead down. Inhale to rise up. Arms overhead, exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center, leaning slightly back. And then exhale, folding down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot steps back. Drop your back knee, right knee over right ankle, release your back foot, and then again maybe grab your blocks to find that length over your spine as you begin to allow your hips to drop down low. And from here, let's find some bit more movement. Inhale, arms reach up, hips shift slightly back. Exhale, drop the hips, open the arms into cactus, elbows reaching back. Inhale to find length. And exhale to open, hips down, chest wide open. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale one more time, drop the hips, draw the elbows back. And then flow down, hands under your shoulders. Inhale to find length and exhale to shift the hips back, drawing your right toes towards you as the heel pushes further into the mat. Again, finding your blocks, not to round your spine, but to find that length here. And then on your exhale, you can gently fold further down if that is what feels good today, if that is what your body allows you to do. Blocks have 3 different heights, so also experiment here what works for you. And again, if you want to find a twist, then bring the right arm up and overhead as you stack your shoulders. Deep breath in, long breath out, and then release. Find your way forward again, dropping the right foot down on the mat, and then walking the right foot out towards the side to find your lizard variation. Again, you can come on the outer edge of the foot, hands under your shoulders. Maybe that's where you stay. Maybe your right hand gently pushes that right knee away from you. And don't do this with like a forceful kind of attitude, rather with a very loving attitude. Not like, I want to push you away from me, but I really enjoy you. I just need a bit more space. And again, you can find those wiggles forwards and back with your hips. If you want a bit more, reach the right arm back parallel towards the mat, and then see if you want to grab your back foot as you open your shoulders and lift the chest further towards the ceiling. Breathe. And then find your way back, walking the right foot back center line, pick up your back knee, push the left foot slightly more forwards, hips stay level towards the front, and then find your pyramid pose. Inhale for a half lift and exhale to fold. Inhale, lift your chest, exhale, gently fold. Inhale up and exhale, release. And then bring your hands back under your shoulders, step the back foot further out, and then you're going to swing your right foot back into your downward facing dog. And then from here, to find your way down, come forward into a plank, drop your knees. You can lower down just like before, or you shift your chest slightly more forwards, bend your elbows, and then find your way up here into a bit of a higher cobra, rolling the shoulders back, and then exhale, child's pose, and then downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet, and then your left leg is gonna swing forward between your hands. Again, remember, you can use your hand to help your foot get there. Use that assistance. Inhale here. And then on your next exhale, swinging the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, full forward fold. And then inhale to rise, arms reach up. And exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. And this time exhale, hands towards your heart. And from here, open your feet towards the wide side of your mat, so the long ways of your mat. Your toes are slightly pointing inwards. Bring your hand back behind your back, interlacing the hands, index fingers pointing down, rolling the shoulders back, opening your chest. Maybe also here swaying from side to side. Gently lift your gaze. Take one more deep breath in, and on your exhale, gently fold forwards. And here you can bend your knees. And then just stay here with those folded arms. Again, maybe swaying a little bit from left to right, maybe opening the legs wider. And then you can gently release the hands, bring them down on the mats or on your blocks. And then on your next exhale, the right arm reaches up and overhead as you stack your shoulders. Inhale, center. Exhale, maybe hand just in the hip as you stack your shoulders, or the left arm reaches fully up. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands in the hip or hand up to the sky. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale there. Inhale, find a half lift. Also here, chest forward. And exhale to fold. And then bring hands in towards your hips, bend your knees, and with a straight back, gently find your way back up. Now bringing the feet gently more together, both toes pointing forward, and then your left foot is going to flip towards the short ways of the mat. Now again, if you have a block, use it. Put it in your left arm. Imagine somebody pulls you forward,
And then on your exhale, you slide down, bringing that block on the inside of your foot. And then the right arm stacks your shoulders, lifts up to the sky for Trikonasana, triangle pose. And breathe. You can adjust the height of your block. And really try on stacking the shoulders and lifting your chest sidewards. And then gently begin to bend your front knee. Slide the back foot a little bit more out. Inhale to come up, warrior two, and then exhale, lean back. Left arm reaches up and overhead for reverse warrior. And then circle it back down. Pivot your back foot so it points forward, and then step it back, downward facing dog. Let's find a vinyasa. Inhale, rolling forward, plank. Exhale, drop knees, maybe chest and chin, or maybe half chaturanga, lowering halfway down. Inhale to roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and then exhale, maybe child's pose or straight into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, long breath out, and then gaze forward as you find your way back on towards your mat. Half lift, exhale to fold, inhale to come up. And then exhale again, side bend, inhale center, exhale side bend, inhale center, and exhale. Come back down, hands to hearts. Open again, wide side of the mat. This time toes pointing slightly more outwards. And then bringing the arms up and overhead as you find length with your inhale. And as you exhale, bending your knees, opening your arms again in that cactus shape that we did just earlier. Then bring your hands on towards your thighs, lean slightly forward. On your next exhale, right shoulder towards the left. Inhale, center, exhale, change sides. Inhale, center, exhale, shoulder to knee. Inhale, center, exhale, shoulder to knee. Really twisting out that spine. Should feel good after a long day of work or whatever you were just doing. Inhale, straighten your legs. Bring your feet again together. Point your right toes out towards the sides. You might want to use the block or not. Somebody lifts you forward, and then as you exhale, sliding down, coming with the hand on the inside of your leg. Stacking your arms, stacking your shoulders. Gaze up in towards your hand if your neck wants to do that. If your neck says, that's all right. And then again, focus on stacking your shoulders, lifting your chest. And then bend your front knees, slide the back foot slightly out. Reach up into warrior two, and as you exhale, leaning back, reverse your warrior. And then circle it back down. Come back into your downward facing dog. Vinyasa, always optional. Inhale, plank. Exhale your way down, maybe a full chaturanga, or maybe again dropping the knees, your choice. Inhale to open, and then exhale back into downward facing dog, maybe again through child's pose. Take a break whenever you want. And then from here again, finding your way forward towards the top of the mat. 2 big steps, a lot of small steps. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Very nice. One more time. Find your side of the mat. Feet slightly more together, but still more than hip width distance apart. Inhale again to find length, and then exhale to find your way down into yogi squat malasana. If your heels lift, don't worry about it. You could also flip the mat to find more cushioning. Your arms gently push your knees out, and again focus on finding that length over your spine as you push your chest further forward. Enjoy that here. Where do you feel the stretch? Where do you feel the sensation? Breathe. One more time, deep breath in. And on your next exhale, gently bring your glutes down towards the mat. And then bring your left foot on the inside of your right leg that is straightened. And then slide your right arm on towards your right foot. You don't have to go all the way. And really try to focus on finding that side bend as your left arm then lifts up and overhead. For Pavrita Janur Sesasana, revolved hat to knee pose. You can experiment a little bit also with the position of your right hand, where you want to grab your left arm. You're really trying to bend sideways on towards your straightened leg. Breathe into that sensation again. And then gently roll back up. Now your left hand is gonna come behind you. Find that space. Your right arm is gonna swing up and overhead as you come on towards your shin bone and your foot. Leaning back for this half wild thing. Opening your chest, pushing the hips further up, and then gently guide yourself back down. Change sides. Extend your left leg out. Right foot comes on the inside of your foot. The hips are pointed forward. And then slide your left arm out towards your leg. Maybe you grab your foot, maybe not. And then inhale, right arm reaches up. As you exhale, lean over for your side bend on this side. You're very welcome to bend your knee at this point. Again, find a position also with your right arm, maybe back behind your head to just find a little bit more rest. You don't have to grab your left foot. You can grab your shin bone, your ankle. You could also just relax it down on the mat. Experiment. And then also here, to find the opposite position, swing your left arm up and overhead as you push your hips up. Begin to open your front ways of your body. And then exhale, gently guide it back down with ease and maybe a smile. All right, almost at the end. Bring your feet forwards so that you have space behind you. As you then roll back down on your mat, rest your head on the mat. Now, maybe first thing you want to do is grab your knees, sway a little bit side to side, give your lower back a nice little massage. Maybe opening the knees, finding circles, or rolling out your ankles, whatever feels good. And then gently bring your feet back down on the mat. Now, when you extend your arms, your fingertips can almost touch your heels. And then with your next inhale, you want to lift your hips up. Interlacing the hands again behind your back, just like we did in standing. Also here, familiar shape. Chin draws towards your chest. And then focus on not letting your knees fall out towards the side. Imagine you're squeezing something in between your thighs together. Bridge pose. Engage your glutes and breathe. And then very gently relax. Try not to collapse. Coming out of the pose is just as important as coming into the pose. And now for your second round, maybe you want to grab a block or maybe that pillow, whatever you have, to place it underneath your tailbone. This is a more restorative version of this bridge pose. If you wanted to, you could of course go back into a more active pose just like we did before. But maybe it's also nice to find that release here. And then when you have the block underneath your tailbone, try just bringing your feet up towards the wall, relaxing your arms by your side, also relaxing your feet for this restorative version of shoulder stand or waterfall. Maybe that feels amazing, you want to stay there. Again, if you want a more active pose, swing your legs over your head, bring your hands underneath your lower back. Really focus on bringing your elbows close together, chin to chest. Try not to move your head in this position as you bring your feet up for this supported shoulder stand. You can keep the legs more engaged to find that full body engagement. Stay here. And then gently relax. Again, coming out is just as important as coming in. Release your arms and then engage your core to gently roll back down. And then open your feet a bit wider, maybe mat width distance, and then sway your knees from side to side, windshield wipers, to release your lower back and your belly. And then find one side where you want to stay. Bring the opposite arms to the side to find your twist. And now in this position, your outer foot can come on your inner leg to just give it a little bit more momentum as you draw the knees down towards the mat. That is completely optional. See how that feels. In this twist, you want to find a release. Breathe deeper, come back to the sensations, to your breath. And then gently change sides. Drop the knees towards the other side. Again, the opposite arm out to the side. Gaze into that hand. And then again, your outer foot can come on your inner knee. Relax your face muscles. Feel the breath in your belly, up and down. And then very gently come back towards the center. Grab with your hands underneath your thighs and then roll up and down your spine. Wiggling forwards and back, massaging your spine all the way to then eventually find your way into a seated position again. Cross-legged or any other position. I like to switch it up and put the other foot in front because I usually go on the same side. And then rolling the shoulders back, doing anything that makes you feel good right now. Just releasing, tuning in. Take a couple of breaths here to acknowledge your practice, to acknowledge the time that you took for yourself and that you worked with your body. Tune into how you feel right now, into how you want to go through the rest of this day or this evening. Maybe placing a hand on your heart, maybe placing a hand on your belly to follow your breath, maybe to find a little bit of silence within. And gently bring your hands together in prayer position. Take one more deep breath in as you lift the crown of your head. And then exhale, chin to chest, bowing down towards yourself, your body, all the privileges that you hold. Be good to yourself and be good to others. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Wishing you a wonderful rest of your day, week, or evening. Hope to see you again soon here on my channel. Leave a comment if you want. And let me know what else you would like to see. Take care.